On my birth certificate, my mother is listed as a negress. I was listed as a colored female baby. That time of my childhood, the title of my people changed several times up until my adulthood. I was thinking, I don't know too many cultures of people that have had their name changed so many times. From my recollection, first we were Negroes, then we were colored. I have to stop right there because when that title was assigned, I thought, well, we are all colored. Next was African American and now Black. Most of my people have the opportunity of choosing whether they want to be called African American or Black. So many changes have occurred over the many years. Maybe one of the changes will come when the title will be just "We are Americans," with beautiful different skin tones. For us to know where we want to go, we need to know where we have come from. But there's a lot of Black history that isn't well known. We have come from the slave ship to citizenship. This means we have overcome unbelievable circumstances. Some of the things that we have overcome as a race of people are: we can go to any store of our choosing, just like anybody else. We can drink from any water fountain, not just a colored water fountain. We can ride on a city bus or a Greyhound bus and not have to go sit in the back. We can go to any school that we choose to. We can be recognized as important contributors to America. As Black Americans, we have come so far that we have even had a Black man be president, Barack Obama.
Cousin Barack.
We have even reached the stars with the first Black astronaut, Diane. Black History Month provides a spotlight and an opportunity to go way beyond discussion of racism and slavery. It highlights Black leaders and their accomplishments, as well as what we as a race of people hope to gain. Here are just a few examples. If anyone that I am speaking to right now, or anybody that you know, has had a blood transfusion, you can thank the pioneering work of this sometimes life-saving procedure, the blood transfusion, to a Black surgeon, Charles Richard Drew MD. A lot of people don't know that.
North Carolina also.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
He's North Carolina.
Now, we all have had the opportunity of riding in an elevator. Now, some of us are old enough to remember that when we got on the elevator, we couldn't push a button. There was a person hired to work the elevator manually. How many of us remember that? We can give thanks to Alexander Miles, a black man, to improve the operation of our modern day elevator. Miles created an automatic device to open and close doors. So we need to thank him. Because of his invention, we are able to enjoy that modern luxury of the doors opening automatically, especially when our hands are full. Right? It was usually, like I said, a person there operating the door, but that's no more. We thank Mr. Miles for that invention. In 1986, Dr. Patricia Bath invented a laser tool, a laparoscopic tool probe. This invention helped improve or restore vision in patients around the world. I have only mentioned just a very few contributions of my people to the world, to America. Of course, we know there are many, many more. I'd be up here all day, but just a few. By mentioning the names of these Black Americans and educating people about our contributions means a change has occurred and is still occurring. By allowing my people to acquire education whenever they choose. And by the way, if you didn't know, it was against the law for a slave to learn how to read or write. But we got that now. Segregation was erased, and we moved forward to integration in all phases of our American life. Now, even though the dark days of segregation are in the past, there is still just those little slivers of that past existing today. The monster, and I say monster, of racism may not be as big and as visible as it used to be, but it still hides in the corners of our modern day life. Some things in today's America, we hope as Black people, we hope we can erase some of those slivers. America is a big, beautiful picture with many colors in it. Many. Unfortunately, there are some blemishes that need to be erased so the picture can be seen clearly. These spots or these blemishes may be small that we need to erase. But when you want to erase the blemish off a beautiful picture like America, erasing each tiny little blemish on this cultural work of art makes it shine, makes it look beautiful. These are some of the things you might not know. Did you know that we have to teach our children, as well as ourselves, that even today, when we go into certain stores or public places, because our skin is black, we know that sometimes we are being followed in the store, because some businesses and some closed-minded people assume that we are there to steal just because we are black. Did you know that because of our hair and the styles of our hair and the way we dress, some non-blacks assume that we are poor, that we are uneducated, or that we are criminals? Those are some of the things we think about in our heads. Did you know that a lot of non-blacks assume we come from a one-parent or broken home? Sometimes they are surprised to know that some of us come from a two-family parent home, and that they think we are raised by a single mother or the grandmother. Now, these are super, super tiny blemishes on the beautiful picture of America. But we, as Black Americans, are still cleaning it up. We're still working on it. Unfortunately, even as recent as this week, tragedies are being blamed on people who don't have white skin. An undercover camouflage of racism is still out there. Changes have been made, but still, there are sure a whole lot of more changes that have to come, and changes will come. Thank you.